And first thing I want to say, I'm a simple guy, so the first message, if you want to understand today, is not only to read and listen, you have to use it. So in your bag, there is something of crypto cutie, and I will prove that I use a plan.
Thank you.
And I like your email, D, so you are Mr. D.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's for me. So about me, normally I'm a digital product manager, project manager. 2014, I have no clue about blockchain. So to understand it, I try to use it. I found a certification for arts. Seems for me interesting because in Switzerland, the blockchain for finance was boring. And from that, I crowdfunded Deckbound. I think it will be this afternoon. I crowdfunded Spell of Genesis. Spell of Genesis. You have it as well here. In your bag, I crowdfunded Beyond the Void. These two are the first ICOs in Switzerland, in France. As always, the first to give money to Beyond the Void. I'm the first French ICO man, which fits with my accent, and I will say the same. The people beyond the Void, they make as well this one, Light Rail Rush. So a great family. Then I joined Everdreamsoft and Spell of Genesis and worked for them for 3 years. In between, I started as a hobby. Blockchain is author. I'm a simple guy. I'm a lazy guy. I'm just creating tokens, but they are usable in other games. But I don't make the game. It's just an example. We'll have it afterwards. I'm part of the Blockchain Game Alliance. I was on stage for the launch, and we're working with the data analytic groups. But now, I stopped. We'll say in blockchain gaming, there's a reality, and I was adding 2 letters to gaming for gambling. So I'm acting as a project leader for online casino in Bern in Switzerland. It's a license-regulated market. There is no blockchain. But the same for me, I will learn gambling additionally to gaming, and perhaps I will come back. So this is why if you see Grand Casino Bern, we are not doing blockchain, but I'm doing things in parallel. So, here I can read it. Sorry. About this presentation, it was really a thought from me on the token formats and the challenge we have. And it could lead to fragmentation. The experience of Ethereum was really that. You have the ERC20, it was a copy like the color coin. Then the 223, that was improving that. CryptoKitties come with the NFTs, 721. Then Engine with the 1155, other things. They are really good. With the power of the smart contract, you can do that, but you can have fragmentation. The history of fragmentation is sometimes is difficult. And this is the reality. It's sometimes difficult to manage for the app, for the wallet, for the exchange, and for the blockchain explorers. So this presentation is mainly a checklist of some aspect to consider for this kind of tokens. It's if you create a collection, if you create a game, a DApp, and I will say as well if you create a blockchain. I was in contact with the core people of important blockchain. They have a lot of challenge. They create a new blockchain. On their mind, there is one token. It's the cryptocurrency on the blockchain. And with time, say, well, you have to take care to manage it from the beginning. If you don't, you should have problems. Additionally, I will add some example for launch application. And at the end, who is crafting the token? The origin of this talk is, they say to me, Nicolas, explain tokens. So at the beginning, it will be very basic, and after it will be more in details. That you know, this presentation was a post that I made in my blog. It's the way for me to working, to understand. I destruct everything, I make bottom up, and I make it all in group. The screenshots I use are illustrative examples. There is no choice of technology that is better on the other one. It's more my historical experience and the knowledge I have. So if you know more or have example, don't hesitate to interrupt to bring other example. I'm not knowing everything. So, token, very simple. When you make a token, you can decide if it's an integer. Like here I made for a meetup in Switzerland, DevChain, VIP, and I made 100. Or if you want to put, I would say decimal, which is good, a divisible token, like DevChain coin, I made it. There are 100,000, but you have decimal. You can add cents. It's important to do that. Do you want to have a sword in your game that you can put in some molecule part or not? So normally an object is an integer, a currency, is a divisible token. But if you want to make a game with, as I say, a sword with molecule, you can with atom. The second thing you have to define in your token is the unit. So it's the total supply. You can define it. The example are easy to do with counterparty, means you did not need to program. It's more, for me, more easy to present. Or you can make as this one, there is a total supply only of 1,000. By the way, this token is used in this wallet. This is a free wallet. When you have this wallet, you have a lot of functionality. If you have this token in the wallet, you have more features. And it means for this product free wallet, there will be all maximum 1,000 users that have the top features of the wallet. So that was something naturally important, the amount of token. Then you can control the issuance of the amount. Is it open? I can create today 10 and tomorrow 20. Or is it not yet locked, unlocked? So in this example, the DevChain VIP I created now can say it's locked. Even for me, the issuer or the owner, I cannot anymore create more. It's a simple concept. Then you have the concept of unique. It's by definition locked, and the number is 1. Started by the CryptoPunks, and naturally the CryptoKitties with more design and the functionality. They are NFT, non-fungible token. You need only one per type. Then I try to look at new things. In Present Blanco, it's mythical game. They make the D-Goods initiative on iOS, and it's a time-based mining. To mine tokens in a time-limited fashion, instead just one number supply limited. So there is a window time you can define. The tokens are created, I will say, step by step, regularly. There is a possibility to define it. When the window time has elapsed, or in this case, the contract owner can, I will say, end it. The period is to 0. And then the maximum supply is the current supply. So it's, I will say, it's like adding the function on time for the creation of token. You can make a bunch of fungible, semi-fungible, non-fungible token. I'm a lazy guy. To know more, I discuss with Rudy, and I just copy-paste. So I say, so I can reveal a part A of the token. In the first step in the game, there is another part B that can appear. In step 2, I can make change, perhaps. And surprisingly, in step 3, there will be 100 new tokens, and then everything is locked. So these kind of things could be interesting to add in a game. And it's only, I will say, the contract rule who has the right to do that. So you know that the concept of number of tokens could be expanded for more possibilities. So now, if I took a token, where is the core information on blockchain? So I make the basic. For the token, you have a name, an ID. We have some characteristics, call it metadata, and these are on the blockchain. Additionally, often, one of the characteristics is a link to other information that could be on the side, server side, like a URL with a JSON, and then from this one, we have the representation of the token in your app. So So I try to represent that. You have the name, the metadata on the blockchain, the database of the token, the server of the issuer, of the provider, of the game provider is there, and then you can see your token with the image. This is the easy way to do that. So let's have an example. So this is my example. I put on token all the elements of the periodic table. So, lato mo ni, I'm Nicolas, this is why Nicolas is good for me, is the name. In the description, I could put a description, but in this case, I made the link of the JSON file. The other information on the blockchain are the supply, divisible false, locked true. So I'm the owner, I'm the issuer. I can transfer the ownership to someone else, but I stay the issuer at the beginning. And then there are other information. These other information are not on the blockchain. So there are other names. It could be website, link. And in this case, we have all the information of the periodic table. It's Nicolas, number 28, it's the group 10, and so on. Some URL that are for the rich media information, and they are on my website, blockchain.org, and yeah, as well the social media link. So this is what we see in the wallet, because this wallet can retrieve all the information. This is the JSON file, as well on my website, server side, and you have all the information. So I can change it in between. And then what we see from that as example, all this link allow to have first the picture that will be integrated in the wallet by definition, an image that is a GIF, animated image, because in fact I will show 3 images of the element, the token of the periodic table, and the same element in a wallet that allows to trade it, when you can see the seller order, buying orders, as well you can see the image. So this is the fact, really, you have some information on the blockchain, some information server side, but other application can anyway retrieve everything by links between all these elements. Another example in the ERC 721 contract is what the guy from OpenSea were doing. It's the same concept. We have the contract. In the contract, we have a link to the metadata, and both information here allow an application, OpenSea, to show you the token with some attributes and characteristics. Now let's see another model. Here, the model is we have the name, the metadata, a link to something else, which is the rich media. But when you create a token, in this case, you don't want to put the image directly on the blockchain, but you bring the hash of the image. Meaning that every application that will show the image of my token, it's possible to verify that the image is the right one because we have the hash in this direction. With the information on the blockchain, you cannot retrieve the image. But if you have the image, you can say it's the right one. So this, I made a test 2 years ago on Bitmark. So here, this is the account here, it's the token. I give the name, I give the metadata, some comments, and I give an image. Myself, my inbox. And then the hash is on the token. I created 3 properties, 3 tokens. There is an explanation how you can as well transfer. And then, me as a issuer, owner, I have these 3 tokens. Here the difference is when you create the token, one of the rich media has to be given and the hash stay on the blockchain. Then naturally, today I learned blockchain games and games with blockchain. You can say, okay, I put everything on the blockchain. Not only the gaming asset, but I will say as well the game mechanic. Or in this case, we'll speak about the token. So then you have really the name, the ID, the characteristics, the metadata, and the rich media. So the example here I took is we have one blockchain for the traditional name characteristic, another one for the rich media. And everything is on the side of the DLT. I took this example with another blockchain because you have this IPFS that allows to do that. And as example, Pinata is just an easy way to bring that together. Conceptually, you could have everything in one blockchain. Another thing that is going in this direction as well is the Blockchain Game Alliance. There's another group is working for metadata standardization and the blockchain game assets, as well an initiative of the people beyond the void, and the rest is defined, then we have it. I think Super Rare, which is an art directory, is working with IPFS, which makes sense. If you want to certify digital collectibles as art work, then it's important to have it. Personally, I think the concept of token for gaming on the blockchain and the rich media server side is not bad. I can have a dragon in a game, and in second game is just an egg or a little bird, and it could evolve. During winter, you will have a Santa Claus cap. Then here, I was talking only about token, very simple. I will say a token, the link. Are the tokens smart? It's the way I will say that you link the token creation with a smart contract that is adding rules to your token. Naturally, very well known is the CryptoKitties, when I put part of the contract that you can find. For me, what is important in this case is which wallet can interact with the token, with the rules. Are there some they are identified, authorized? Can you restrict or not? Black, white list, and so on. I don't want to go deeper in the contract. I want to stay on the token, but things you can add rules how the token behave or could be managed. So if we look again at these things, you have the token, you have the metadata, characteristics, you have the rules. They are on the blockchain. Other information, rich media, could be as well server side, which is the image of CryptoKitties, they are server side. Additionally, perhaps you can have partial rules on the server, a mixed model. And here we have a lot of things. So now that we have these tokens, they can fly, say, from, to, against, according. It means, again, identify, authorized, who has the right to do something with the token. The third thing is the ownership, one or several tokens. You can send one. You can swap the token A against token B. You can make a mass distribution per wallet as dividend. In counterparty, you can define token like proportional to other tokens. So perhaps I made 10,000 tokens 1 year. They were sold everywhere, and one day, suddenly I say, all the people that have this token, 1, 2, they will receive 2 other tokens. And this is one transaction. So for the fee, it's interesting. Now, trade orders, very interesting. I can say I want to sell my token C against 2 token D, and this order could be on the blockchain as well. This is what we call the DEX, decentralized exchange. And if someone else make the reverse order, I want to buy this, when there is a match, automatically the transfer is done, not server side. Naturally, you can have centralized exchange, but it means your token in your wallet, instead of making you directly on the blockchain a trade order, You have to send your token to the wallet of the centralized exchange, and then they will do that and send to you. So we can have as well complex sell-buy, like auction. So if I come back to the example here, the first one, you have the example of some token and the order on the blockchain, or you put it on like OpenSea trading or Auctionity when the auction features is provided. The authorization for all the wallet, you could whitelist, blacklist as example. I could say, okay, there are some wallets, if they have a specific token, only this one could buy or exchange other token. We have as well with the 1155 of engine the possibility to rent, share tokens temporarily. So these are the different way to distribute tokens. Now, I'm coming back to eGoods POS. The proposal is to put the DEX within a token. So it's a simple and open marketplace filter that is not on the level of blockchain, but correctly in the smart contract itself of the token. When we have that, any wallet, any exchange, any application could be in marketplace directly. So you can make your app and the marketplace, the trading order, sell, buy could be inside the game. Because the listing of token for sale is built in the token itself. If someone has a token, say I want to sell it, I make a sell order. The sell order will appear in all the wallet exchange apps that have integrated that. You can make the fee configure per token, different wallets, so you can like give back some share to the creator. There are multiple tokens for sales as batch. You can buy action allowing user on the marketplace to buy on behalf of other one. And there are future releases with transfer fee, buy order, option capabilities. The token buy, I will go quicker. The token could be grouped in family with sub-tokens. You can see the issuers, and they could be used by apps and other apps. I don't know if I have 5 minutes. I will go very quickly. Who craft the token? Sorry to go that quick. So we were the first with Genesis to make that one token is in different game. In Bitcoin Props, when I have some printed collectibles explaining that it's an idle game, but the people, the user, is user-generated content, create the token, create the image, present to listing, and they are part of the game. Further, in Mafia Wars, people can as well create cards, like I did here, but other cards are usable. So your Spell of Genesis card that you have is playable automatically the second game. And the last one is the plasma beers from Blockade that making Neon District. They provide some part of beer in the side chain, but end user can put together the beer and bring it back on the main chain and sell it. So it's just to say that the token could be created by the player, the user as well. And we know in gaming, user-generated content could be interesting. I'm over.